pixels. Double pixels. Double pixels. We'll head over there. It'll be fine. I don't know what's on my screen right now. I don't even know what's happening. I'm so scuffed right now. I feel like I should just open that up and see what's going on here. Whoa. The whole world is just all collapsing on me. See, I told you there was going to be scuff. Said there was going to be scuff. Lots of scuff. Like, why is that showing right now? That's not even supposed to be on the screen. What is happening? What? No. Why are you doing that to me? Don't know. I don't, I mean, you're gonna come up later, but why are you up now? You're dumb. I don't like you. You're dumb. And I don't want, nobody needs that up there. What is happening? Holy cow. Oh, it's because I don't have anything else up right now. I'm doing so well. I'm like 100% winning right now is what's happening basically. Um, so let's just do that, and then I can probably open up. I don't know, man. So scuffed. Already so scuffed. Already so scuffed. What is happening? What am I doing with my life? I mean, obviously not much if I'm sitting here. There, we'll do that. That'll work. Okay. Good God, what is happening? Okay, we're set. Like I said, YouTube streaming is so different. So I posted this video, and like this whole live is here. And I went to go um um put together a live. Like I cut the VOD from the other day into a separate video basically with a bunch of stuff cut out of it, obviously, because that's what you, it's what you do. You know what I mean? Um, so I didn't get dinged. I got dinged on my VOD and had to cut a piece out because of that Think sample, that Lynn Collins sample, and another one. But okay, I'll take that, whatever, right? But like then I took the exact same video, brought it in, chopped it up so it was just the part where we watched the videos, and then we rendered the audio, and then we did a bunch of sample chopping with it, and then I just cut off the back end of it, and like it was just the parts of like music production, right? So I upload it. It takes a while because it's a big file. Um, and it dings me for footage from Rashomon, both the footage and the audio. So I have to take that down. So I have to recut that. But like it didn't ding me yesterday for that stuff, and it still hasn't dinged me on the live stream here. Like I still have full. So I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm just learning the YouTube streaming algorithm. I'm just like I've done a lot more on the other streaming. Um I'm starting to build my channel. I'm trying to get some views, but like yeah, they whiling. Yeah. Just absolutely crazy the way it works out. Um anyway, we're gonna just kick straight in because I didn't expect the other day to take as long, and we have some other sample chops to do, and then we have to build a bunch, and then I realized when I was cutting the VOD, one of the plugins, couple of the plugins don't show, so I may have to, there may be steps to be taken that I'm gonna have to, I'll explain it when I do it. Anyway, we'll kick over into FL Studio real quick, like so. Um, as was explained the other day, I have a hand cam here so you can see kind of what I'm doing on the keyboard. Here, I'll reposition this so you can see the whole keyboard. I also have a sequencer up here. This is my little oscilloscope and my audio interface. So I have all of those things set up so you can actually see. In the top right corner of your screen, that is the playlist. And the playlist is kind of where you build the entire track. So we probably won't be using much there, but you can see there's a bunch of samples laid out there. Those are all the samples that we chopped yesterday or the day before, I guess. What else? So the bottom obviously is a hand cam with my keyboard and my sequencer. Let me try and get. There we go. Maybe? I don't know. I may want to pull this even higher up. Anyway, for now we're good. Maybe a bit better light. Maybe I'll pull some light over across here. Yeah, like that. Cool. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Well, I totally forgot what I was saying. I absolutely forgot what I was saying. Yes. So we've chopped a bunch of, oh yeah. Top left corner is the actual sequencer within. So each one of these is either an instrument or an individual sample. I explained all the instruments the other day. I'm gonna run through these real quick and make sure they're showing up on stream because, like I said, I realized the other day they weren't, and that's less than good. So, especially considering the one that I know wasn't showing up on stream was um less than good. It was kind of it's called backbone, and it's literally going to be the backbone of this entire like production, at least the sound design part of it. So Cozy shows up, RX12 shows up, I know, Amigo shows up, I know, Backbone didn't want to show up yesterday. So we're just going to load this up, and if it doesn't show up, then I think I have a fix for it. But if not, I'll be very unhappy. It'll make me kind of grumpy pants, if I'm being honest. Yeah, see, it's not showing up on stream. So, let me see. What I can do is I can go into the settings for the actual VST and I can detach it. And once I've detached it, in theory, I can just add a new source, do a window capture, oh, Jesus. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wrong mouse. Sorry. Wow, I'm doing so well. I'm so good at life. I need a new window capture. I need to... Can I capture it? Does it show up? Yes, it does. There it is. Does it show up, though? Is the question. Okay. I think I just put a big black screen. Why doesn't it show up on stream? That's very unfortunate, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Okay, well, you'll have to believe me, I guess. I don't know, like, I don't know why it's doing that. It has to be an OBS thing. And it won't capture the detached way. Okay, that's okay, we're so scuffed. I'm so scuffed. Whatever. We'll survive, I'll survive. Life sucks sometimes. But what do? You know what I mean? You just keep going. And if that's my biggest concern, then like I'm probably doing okay. Anyway, bottom left piano roll, that's where you do like fine tune sequencing. So the top sequencer there, you'll see all the little buttons. Each one represents 1/16 of a bar, if that makes sense. And a bar is like in a 4/4 is like a bar is 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one of these represents 1/16 of a bar. So if I put 1 on each of the 4 here, let's take this down. So this is easy. So we'll do it with the kick drum because it's easy. So if I put 1 on each 4, that is the 1, the 5, the 9, and the 13. Right, and that gives you that bang, 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 bang. Right, that's a 4/4. So, and 1 bar. See? And you can mess with it. Right, and it's very simple way of mathing out music, and music is most of the time just math. Even things like harmonics, knowing which chords go together, at the end of the day, can be a mathematical thing. Like, it's kind of crazy, but it's real. Anyway, that's our sequencer. Bottom is piano roll. That allows you to use like very fine tuning of within that. So that's pretty much where like patterns are put into that are even more controlled than just like a kick drum like I just showed you. Yeah. So you can see if you watch the pattern, that bass follows that. And if you were here the other day, you'll see that I kind of changed this bass line, made it flow a little more. That's what you do. Oh my god, there's a moth in the room, and I don't like moths. They bug me. It's gonna fly around my face, and I'm gonna freak out. That sucks. Anyway, I'll get over it. I'm not quite as bad as that. Okay, I might get over it. I might not. Anyway, that's a bass line. That's at least the beginning of a bass line. Anyway, you're not going to be able to see Backbone, and I don't know why. I hope I can fix it before next stream because this really annoys me. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. Oh yes, I busted out in between because I got dinged for that Lynn Collins sample, and I've already cut the Rashomon sample on the last stream, so I don't think I'm too worried because I think we only took like one drum and maybe one other thing out of it. But other than that, we were good. So I don't think that'll get me dinged because it is literally just one hit of percussion. And then as far as the Lynn Collins sample, I chopped everything out of it except for this. And that's just chunks of, and all we're going to do, like that's the only time we're going to listen to it. Other than that, we're just going to chop single drums out of it. If you listen to drum and bass, you may recognize that hit, right? So we're going to just dump that immediately. Same here, right? That's a perfect little hi-hat. Right, and then it's like a no, we're gonna skip that one. This one we might chop, but yeah, like it's, I don't know, man. That's a different one. That's beautiful. Let's take this entire chunk here. Yeah, that's snare. That's a classic drum and bass snare. Like you can't even go wrong with that. So like putting that underneath like a wood block will be awesome. I believe this is kind of a signature. It might even get me dinged just this vocal. Right? Like that. But I don't think that'll fit anyway. This may have something to do. I like little clicks and stuff. I'm big on like odd texture and stuff, so and affix, so like little clicks and okay, see that's kind of fun. That's a different snare. We'll take that. And we're not like, and the thing is, we're not going to use any of these raw either. These are just building blocks for something else. I think I already have that one. That's a pretty solid snare. Like that, see, that's a nice kick there. Just going to cut the back end off it. And we can mess that up pretty good. See, this is all super simple, right? And yeah, you just kind of just do the thing, man. I kind of want that. Okay, we'll take it. I mean, even if we don't, I may use it somewhere else. But like, this is literally like, I mean, you can hear drum and bass in those. So, and Photek's the reason for that. One of the reasons for that. Like, I think his first releases were in like 91, and like jungle drum and bass didn't really even start until like, I want to say maybe 89 at the very earliest. But that was like DJs in London spinning the bass line from like house records and other things with sped up hip hop beats that had the bass stripped out of them. It's a the history of jungle and drum and bass is insane. I think that we have that one. We're just gonna chop, chop, chop. Right, like I kind of like that, but I think we already have something very similar, and I don't know if we need every one of them. Like, ooh, oh, like that hits so nice. That snare always hits so nice every time it hits. Like whoever that drummer was, his kit was just amazing. Let's throw that too. Right? And then I mean at the end of the day, we're literally just gonna go through and rebuild all these. So we're gonna have to label them all and then okay. So I think we're done with this. So there we go. We're gonna delete that out, and there we go. Now any samples that I'm truly concerned about are out of the project. We literally just have individual hits now. So yeah, right. And we'll just rename all of these real quick. So that's gonna be we'll call that a deep snare. Like, you hear the difference between the two? Like, that has a much more, like, there's just more deep, it's just the timbre of it is deeper, right? Whereas, like, that's a snare. This is almost like a tom. This one has a lot more resonance to it. So, whereas this one almost has like a shaker at the same time, right? So I'm actually going to change this. We're going to call this a tom. And then this one we're going to call a sharp snare. The big trick is here, I don't want to get anything like overlapping with names and stuff, right? So I want to make sure that everything has a name that makes sense. But like you can see in the playlist how many samples we have. We're at what, 29 right now? So we're gonna have to pare those down to 8. Some of them we're gonna do by stacking, some of them we may just not use at all. But at the end of the day, here, let's find, okay, so that gives us a snare. Let's just kick a snare in real quick. We'll kick this like that. We'll drop that. I think we'll actually do that. Yeah. Here. See, that bass line's probably not gonna end up. But yeah, that right there, that has, right, so here, and this is basically what we're gonna end up doing. Right, we'll just copy that tom pattern, and we'll bump up here, and we'll dump it into the kick pattern here, like, right, like, I just sneezed so hard. Did you know you can't sneeze with your eyes open? Otherwise, they might pop out. It's like a pressure differential thing. That would suck. I don't know why I sneezed there. That's weird. Anyway, but yeah, you can see how those samples kind of work for what we're doing, right? So, wow, that's so weird. Anyway, we're gonna sample those. We're gonna layer those over, and we're gonna reinforce them so they're chopped. So they have that aggressive transience. Our percussion needs to have that aggressive transient, that like face forward kind of oof. You know what I mean? Like I want it to hit. Like that's a shaker and a snare at the same time. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's definitely a shaker and a snare at the same time. So we're gonna call it a shaker snare because I lack imagination. See, and that's a snare and a hat together. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely a snare and a hat together. Yep. Okay. So we'll call that a hat snare. I don't like creative naming for stuff like this. I want to look at it and be like, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But what we're actually going to do is we're going to end up rendering all of this stuff out into samples into a folder, and then I'm going to have to import them into yeah. Basically, I cut all these samples, then I'm going to render them all into their own individual files. And then from there, we'll dump those into Backbone, which you can't see, which makes me sad. But we will sort that out for next stream, I think. I don't know how it doesn't show up on screen. Like, it's very weird. Sorry, I just got one of my final grades. Like Friday night, I get that you're like a professor in school and stuff. Like, but like, bruh. Know what I mean? Yeah, right? Oh no. I passed BMAT. Yay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I failed my final, but I passed my business math class. So that's good. I got a C. Yay. Oh man. Oh, that was a prereq for pretty much everything I have to do next term. So like I'm pretty hyped on that. I'm oh oh that's I mean, I'm not happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I don't like failing tests, but it's business math. If you've done business math, you understand why I'm like, well, you too. Um, Forgive my language, but uh, yeah, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an algebra person. I'm literally a chef. Like, I trained to be a chef years in 20 in 2000 in the year 2000 I trained to be a chef. So like I cook food and the math I do is like hard numbers. I can tell you labor, I can tell you inventory, I can tell you costing, I can tell you pricing, all of those things. But like the amortization on a in bond or a perpetuity, like you're killing me. I understand it. I know how to do it now. Just I don't want to. Yeah. Anyway, I'm still upset the backbone doesn't show up on your screen. But I will figure it out for next time. It might be the way that it renders, maybe. Maybe. Okay, so I got it there. I reloaded it completely. See, like you can see the settings. You can see the FL Studio settings for it. But I don't know if that's gonna, right? Like it I'm gonna make it abridged, which okay, that didn't good. That's good. That didn't crash. Okay. Okay, I think okay, I reloaded it again. I mean, we'll figure it out, right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, back into the we'll see. We'll see. Hope it loads. Like, expect my scuff, like I said. I don't know, man. Anyway, I could load a picture of it so you can kind of see. It still doesn't load. That's, pardon my language, that's freaking retarded. Okay, now it's detached. Wonder if detached will load properly. Because if it'll load properly detached, I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure it shows up on screen. Like, it's kind of important to the whole, like, this is how I'm doing production thing. Like, we're literally using it to stack things. Oh, it's killing me. Okay, and that just gives a black screen, and I don't understand. So I'm going to reload now that I've, and then we're going to do that. And I don't know why it's, I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe it's somewhere in the settings here. Like, why? Why you hate me? Okay, well, I'm going to reattach it because I actually prefer my stuff attached. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see it, but I will fix it for next stream, or I will cry? Question mark? I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Anyway, At least you can see the screen, so you'll see kind of what I'm doing. Anyway, we're gonna have to reset and put all of these on their own channels. Every one of these samples is gonna get put on its own channel, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna render them all at the same time using the same function you would use to render like stems if you were mastering something. Just so you know, stems means like individual tracks. So like if you're recording a band, right? And there's two guitars and a bass and a drums and a singer, or two singers, right? A singer and a backup singer. So you have what? Two guitars, right? That's two channels. You have drums, that's at least one channel, sometimes more than one channel. You have the bass, that's another channel. You have a singer, maybe a synthesizer, right? So call it 6 or 7 channels, right? For each one of those channels, you may end up having an effects channel. Once you have an effects channel set up, that's where you're going to run like your reverb on the vocals and stuff, and that's why you'd have it, right? Sometimes like I will apply a lot of stuff directly to a channel, but that's more because I'm using it as a sound design tool. And then when I do master effects, I'll do like a secondary bus channel, which is a whole other thing that we'll talk about when we get to doing that part of it. But yeah, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of these samples. We're going to rename them all, make sure they all are separately named. We're going to put them all on their own channel on the mixer over on that side there. And then we're going to start dropping them into Backbone. Well, what we're actually going to do is we're going to render them all out and then put them all into Backbone. Well, not one, stack them all up, figure out which ones we want to use and how we want to reinforce them, and then render them again from Backbone as single hits, and then we'll put those into the RX 1200 sampler up at the top. Some of these samples we may just like put straight across into the Amigo sampler because it'll chop them into their individual things, transients at the transients for us. And then one or two I may actually process using Harmor, like I showed you yesterday. Like I think Otsu's flute I might want to make into a keyboard, and then I think possibly that little tweet of Akami singing might be another good keyboard, yeah, keyboard basically. So like between those two, we can have a flute and a female voice, kind of. Ooh, that's a nice little clicky click, click, click. I'm just gonna call that click. We'll make sure to number it too, because I might have another click somewhere and I don't know. So we'll call that click 1. There we go. Make sure to take that off a channel for now. And this would be like a Vox snare, right? Like there's a little vocal you can hear kind of in the background. Just a little, like it's like an ad-lib Vox. So I'm just gonna call it a Vox snare. So Vox is kind of short for vocal in like production lingo or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, man. I'm not a producer. I'm just a guy that does this stuff. And that's a much more aggressive snare. I like it. But it does have a little bit of a click to it, so we're going to call it a click snare, right? So if you listen real close, there's like a click in the back there, and there's still a little bit of that vocal in there too. That's a yo kick, yo kick, yo, yo, yo. Yeah, we're going to call that a yo kick. Like I say, I don't try and name these too like fancy or crazy or anything. I don't want them. I just literally want to know kind of what this sound is. Like that's a horn kick for sure, right? Oh, sorry, that's not a horn kick. That's a horn snare. Horn snare, right? Yeah, as you move up the scale, you can hear that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So if I go here, yeah, you can hear the horn better when you mess with the pitch on it a little bit. That's just a snare. That's there's like there's a little shake there, little shaker there. If I change the start, if I cut that start real tight, yeah, there's still here. If we cut the back end off of it though, right? Cut the tail, right? See that click is way at the back end actually. See what I mean? So like we're just going to mess with that kind of stuff to get the exact sound we want, right? So like this stacked with some other things, maybe the front end cut off of it, and then like we put something like another snare with a longer tail on it that like has a little different resonance on it. But we cut the transient off that snare completely. So it's this transient with a different back end. And then we like compress that to kind of mash it all together and maybe even put like a little bit of a kick behind it too, just to kind of keep it all in so it sounds like one sound. Adjust the start times to get it all to line up. It's a bit of work, but so that's a snare shake, right? Instead of instead of the shake snare like we had before, that's a snare shake. So that's what we're doing there, right? Yeah. We have so many more samples to cut. This is ridiculous. This is all kind of honestly, there's not much to cut from that at all. Like there's like one or two little snares and a kick probably that we can get out of that. So we're not gonna put too much effort into it. There are like some of these other we're literally gonna pull like two snares out of it and that's gonna be it. So but the Lynn Collins sample we're working with is a classic because of all these. I mean, if you listen to drum and bass, you are recognizing every one of these drum sounds we're cutting. And now you know where they came from and which ones they are. And that's just a straight up snare. Snare, I don't even know. Let's look for names. Let's look at names and see what we have. If I have like just a straight up, something just called a straight up snare. I just want to make sure I don't have two things called the same thing. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't. We're good. They are going to end up with like whole long names on them once we render it out, but for now, I just want to make sure that we're not doing this wrong. So name that one. Snare one, snare one. I can type, I swear. Just about as well as I can do math. And that's another shaky snare, snare shake. Okay, that one's a sharp, another sharp snare. So we're gonna call that sharp snare 2. So a lot of the samples in my library, which I have way too many of, although realistically it's not a huge library compared to like some of the more you know, career. I have like 300,000 samples or something, and obviously I keep creating more, so that's kind of what happens. Here, we'll rename this one just because I want to make sure. There we go, sharp snare 1. Okay, so that's our first thing chopped. I'll open in Edison like so. And then honestly, I think it might literally just be this one snare right up at the front end here. Oh, that's the kick. I forgot. Yeah. We're gonna take that kick. Yeah, this is how this works. You literally just take individual, right? Like that. That's oof. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna delete that, and we're gonna re-render this because I want to make sure we get the whole front end, the whole transient on that. Oh man, I am so good. We had the whole transient. Jesus, what am I doing with my life? Apparently, I'm sitting on YouTube, yakking to nobody, or at least not many. So, yeah, we're gonna take that, and then we're gonna. I bet this one is sexy too. Nope, too much. Not for what we're doing. Like that's the whole thing. We're not looking for. What? Okay, so here, let's start with this snare is kind of, yeah, we're taking that snare, but like, what was that little beep beep? That's a cute, I don't even know what that is, but oh, what? And I think that actually starts like out here. No, that still catches too much of that snare transient. Still. That has a cool transient, or not a cool, cool like timbre to it. There's like that, like, yeah, there's something going on there that I like. I think we're gonna chop that out too. I think the rest of this is probably. Yeah. Honestly. What? Like, that almost loops like Kind of. I don't know. Like, honestly, I think we're getting to the point of like too much. Like where we're just sitting on too many samples and we're not going to use them all anyway. So it may not be worth chopping too many more. Yeah, I think we're just going to call this one a day. Like so. Done. Yeah, we pulled 4 out of that. Let's go here. So you always have to, yeah, you always have to remember to delete the sample so that, yeah, that's, I almost. What is this? Why are you there? What? No, go away. I'm done with you. That's with next. And then I think
This is commonly known as a slapstick. That's how it got its name. This is commonly known as a slap. So that's how it got.
I gotta stop clicking on things twice. Yeah. I'm gonna take a short break. I need coffee. Mostly because I always need coffee. It's how I exist. Have fun. Don't hurt yourselves. Come back. Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's cool. Coffee break time.
pixels.
I'm trying this time to get messages to send. It's like chaos. It's all chaos. Jesus. I don't even know what's happening. Okay, where were we? We were here. This is where we were. We were.
This is commonly known.
Yeah, okay, so this is another sample that we'll cut real quick. Honestly, there's like 2 or 3 things in here. That's it. It's not gonna take long. I'll load that up in Edison. Like so. First thing we want is like that we only need one of those. I think that center one's probably going to be the one. Like, has that weird tail on it. Maybe this one? Maybe the first one. Yeah. That one's clean. It doesn't have the like delay on it. That's just a click little like snap click thing. Perfect. We'll pop that out. Now we have it, right? Now he yaps for a while, but you can see this waveform here, right? This is a ratchet. Oh no, this is a woodblock. This is 2 different sounds. We want them both. I want this nice clean woodblock, right? Take that. But then this little sound like a glass bottle maybe? Oh no, that's like a high woodblock. We'll take that too. And then further down here, there's another waveform here. Yeah, I think this might be it.
Nice.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna zoom in on that, and we'll cut that there. Right. We want that whole thing. I'm gonna turn that into like a riser. So we'll just take that whole thing. And there we go. We're done with that sample now. So we'll just delete that. Clear that. Go here. Go to all. Come here. Honestly, I think, okay, we'll delete this one because we already chopped it. I don't know if that's worth sampling. I think, yeah, I think we'll cut it. I think we'll skip it. I know exactly what we want out of here, and it's literally just one little section. It's just this right here we talked about yesterday. Like the way that hits. I think we may re-chop that. See, we can zoom in real tight and take that click off the end of it. Maybe have to cut it a little further. It doesn't loop quite nice, but it does the thing. We'll take that whole thing as a loop. And then I wanted the very, very tail of this. Just just this from like here on. Like, we're going to cut a bunch of the tail off of that, but I think it's a good hit. So we're going to pop that out. And there we are. We're done with that track. This is how this, like, I can't even tell you with the samplers I have, the vintage ones especially, to get this many. Okay, so like my Yamaha could probably do it. I have a Yamaha SU700, and it has 32. So it couldn't even do this. It could do it space-wise, maybe, because it has the expanded memory, but it only has 32. No, 40. So in theory, it could do this. But the amount of time it would have taken, like, I'm spending a couple hours doing this right now. The reality is, in like in real time sampling this stuff on vintage hardware, especially like at the time when like Photech would have been doing the same kind of sampling and all of that, it would have been halfway impossible for a single sampler to do all this. Like the technical knowledge to get two samplers to run in sequence and sequence with each other, and like if you have one doing a synth and you have one doing a drum line, that's fine, that works. You can make that quite easily happen, and we'll do that one day live. But if you're I mean, if you're talking about getting two drum lines to flow together properly, like MIDI works, but like for the complexity that he was able to get at the time with that hardware, I can't even imagine the amount of hours that were put in. To get these 40 samples on my SU700, I'm gonna say would have taken 10 to 12 hours just to get what we've gotten here, and like to then layer everything on top of each other to get it all resampled properly and like find all the other samples to put underneath it. Like I at least have access to, like I said, 200,000 plus samples, and a lot of those I can just scroll through and be like, oh, I want to add that to this. You know what I mean? That wasn't an option back then, man. You had to find sample CDs or clips straight out of actual like records, or like there were so many things. It's just insane. Anyway, sorry, that was a rant. Yeah, okay. We watched one of these videos last night. This is Dorothy Dandridge. Yeah. Let's just find some clean drums, shall we? I love me some clean drums. From some 1940s ass. Yeah. Yep, I like that. This one? What are you doing over here? What kind of noise do you make? You make this kind of noise, don't you? You make, oh yeah, you're gonna make that noise for me now. And then you do? Nah, you're the same as that one. That I think is probably... Yeah, a lot of these are going to be the same. Okay, now we're into different drums over here. Like, that's just a deep tom. And I want to say this is probably a whole different deep tom. Yeah. And that's a different tom. And then that's a really short light kick. You know the funny thing about it? So one of the things I got dinged on was what do you call it? Was not the Dorothy Dandridge. The white lady doing the cover of Dorothy Dandridge. I got dinged on that too. I had to cut the audio out of that. Or cut that chunk out of the VOD. But I didn't get dinged on almost anything else. Like, it's ridiculous. Even the original version of that track. But I got dinged on the cover. That says something, doesn't it? Got dinged for the white lady. Uh-huh. That checks out. Wouldn't even... never mind. Never mind. Another cool tom. We're not even through the beginning of this. This stuff over here should hit different. I wonder how that loops. That doesn't look too bad, actually. I bet if I pitch that down and slow it and stretched it, it'd probably be some pretty wicked stuff. Okay, I'm gonna save that, but we're probably not gonna end up using it. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, we want to hit the back end of this now. Because there's some snares back there that we want to take out. Right, like that. That's a beautiful snare. And then honestly, we may not even use it in this track, but like that okay. Yeah. I should have I, I should have I wonder. I wonder if I'm an idiot. Sometimes the side chain doesn't always take effect. So I think I might be having a problem with my sidechain. Give me a second. It just occurred to me to double check this. As I said, like maybe like that. Maybe that'll cut it better. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out what it does. Let's find out if it does the thing, right? We'll just yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe? Oh yeah, it's a disaster of noise. I mean, realistically, you could probably work some wicked beat out of that. Like, probably wouldn't be that hard. Okay, we took that sample already, so we'll pull that. And then this one. This one
should bring number 8, second segment, DBA, take 1.
So we will load this up, and I will grab those cymbals and those kicks, and it will be
should bring number 8, second segment, DBA, take 1.
Right, like there's that little take 1 in there. Right, like that's just such a perfect, oh man. That crash is just absolutely perfect. And I just have to make sure that we cut it just right. And then take that. It's like a cymbal crash. I don't know what it is. Like, it doesn't sound like a normal cymbal or crash. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want that one. Like that one just, I don't know. I absolutely love the timbre of that. Timbre T-I-M-B-R-E is kind of like the way a sound feels. If that makes any sense. Like this is a symbol, but it's like a symbol. Like somewhere out there, there's that one symbol. That's it. And it sounds like that. You know what I mean? And it could be partly the mic.
Should bring number 8, second segment, DBA, take 1.
It could be part the mics. It could be the resonance.
Number 8, second segment, DBA, take 1. Take 1, 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 A take 1, BA take 1, BA take 1, DBA take 1, DBA take 1, DBA take 1, BA take 1, BA take 1, 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 take.
Okay, did you catch this? This one has like an echo on it. And a kick built into it. Yeah, right? Like that has like a delay in it. I kind of want to just sample this whole thing as a loop. think we're gonna do that. We're not gonna use it in this track, but I'm probably gonna use it in the...
Sing this little song. Sing this little... Take the pats of your palms and slap your thighs and watch the...
Right, like that's a cool little like rim something. There's two of them here and they sound different. So we're gonna take them both. Like I say, a lot of these we may not even ever use. Right, like what even is that? I don't know what that is, but I like it. Okay, so I think at this point I've pretty much done all the damage I can do to all these samples. Boom.
Take the pats of your palms and slap your thighs and watch the...
Kill that. There we go. Yeah, I think we're done sampling, well, chopping samples now, so that's good. That's a lot of samples. We'll delete that out. Okay, I have... Wait, oh my god. That's a lot of samples to rename. Okay. That's a short kick. We're just gonna go through these real quick and rename them all. Do I have a short kick already? That's what I gotta find out. Yes, I do. Okay, so that becomes short kick 2. And then short kick 1 was somewhere up here. I'm in the playlist right now. That's short kick 1 now, huh? Okay. Oh. That's a funk bass if I ever heard a funk bass. So now you understand when someone says like all videos or all music is made from samples, this is what they're talking about, right? Like ever since the CMI, like it's, yeah. So I should just say the Fairlight CMI was the keyboard that made sampling a normalized thing in the music world. It came out in, I want to say, the late 70s, early 80s. It's the one you see in like old music videos that has like the weird keyboard and like old school green monitor with the touch pen and all that stuff. The second version of it is the one that was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. No. Maybe? No, that was the Emu 2. That wasn't a that might have been a Fairlight. I'm not going to look it up right now. Anyway. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, Fairlight, this is, ever since the Fairlight, this is, oh, that's what it was. Ever since the Fairlight, this is what, when people say sampling is most of music, this is what they mean. Right? That's just a funk bass, right? Now, right, but if I want to stretch this out to be, we'll say make it 2 beats. Now it'll last exactly 2 beats, right? Change it to Pro. Now I can make it into a stab. Right? It's See what I mean? Like, so you can do a lot of cool stuff. Anyway, we'll cut that out. We'll get rid of that. We'll leave that where it was. Like I said, if we reinforce that with a sub, and I think there's another like stab in here that we can probably layer over that, and it'll go boom, and it'll give us a nice sub to work with. Like if we throw a sub underneath that and model it so that it has the same kind of waveform, yeah. Throw a kick at the front end of it, that becomes a whole other thing, man. It's gonna be awesome. Sorry, what was it? That's another like Vox snare of some sort. I'm just gonna call it like a yeah snare, because I have a yo snare. And I'm pretty sure that said yeah. We're gonna say it. We're gonna say that's what it has. Oh. I don't even know what to call that. Like a mini stab? So we'll call it a mini stab and see what happens. Ooh, that's just that snap. That's just a snap. That's just a snap. I like it. That's a wood block. I already have a wood block though, so I think I need to, yep. We need to rename this wood block 1. And then this one, it becomes wood block 2. Yeah, wood block 2. And then this next one should be that high wood block. We're going to just call it wood block 3 for reasons like so. That's our ratchet. This is, don't worry, it's going to be cool. Here, check this out. We put that to, whoa, what did I do? I don't know what I did there. It's fine. We'll put that to cut itself. Have it run there. We'll then make this run. We'll make it do like 1 bar. And we'll stretch it a little bit and... Let's chop this a bit. Let's just cut like that last bit. See? Honestly, throw a proper bass line behind that and that's a Wu-Tang track. I think I might just keep it just like that. Oh. Oh. call it breakfast. It's breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, what can I say? Yeah, it's breakfast. Let me take all this stuff off of these channels. Why are you not doing the thing? Do the thing. Oh, you're disconnected. You're broken, you fucker. I always forget to do that on the and not swear. YouTube is so uppity about that stuff. There we go. Fixed. Get rid of that. I can probably head down here, get rid of this and this and this. What else do I have? And do I have anything on any other? Oh, what are you? What are you? Yeah, you're those snares. Okay, we'll kill those snares. I'll go down here. At some point, I'll explain how all this stuff works. I still don't fully understand it. But the red boxes on the screen are... This one controls which these control and these knobs control. Right now, they're just controlling the volume on the small red box. And then these, I can select any one of these to be on, right? So right now, this white one is breakfast that we just were looking at. And that's that guitar staff, right? So. See, I can't finger drum for at all. It's a side effect of having what's called dysgraphia. But we can talk about that another time too. I don't necessarily care. It means I can't do fine motor things. That's all it means. Anyway, where was I? Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm always so confused. Oh, this is a guitar stab. I like it. Actually, that gives me an idea. If we layer funk bass, mini stab, and guitar stab, take mini stab off of it. So, and then I just need to, right, so then you open this up. Exactly at the same time. Right. But I don't want that. Right. We'll actually shorten that way down. And then we'll push this funk bass, just normalizing it a little bit. See? Like, that's all it takes, right? We'll put a little cutoff on here, cut the top end off of it. We'll come back down here to this guitar stab and do the same thing. Cut a bunch of... Right? And now that's a whole different thing. Right? And if we come all the way up here, we can throw one kick right there. So this controls like the sequencer, right? Just throw that one kick right at the front. Now that's a whole other thing. And then from there, here, let's just get rid of that for now. In the piano roll, here, throw a sub behind it, drop that down into right, like that just goes, right? So, but if we want a sub that matches that, so we'll go into sublab here. Hopefully you can see sublab. I don't know what's happening with that other one, but I'll figure it out before the next time, because honestly at this point we're going to get through cutting these and I'm going to have to call it a night because I have to sleep at some point. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify our sub right now. So this is our sub. I'm actually going to, here, we'll stop this. Right, you hear how that holds? Right. And there's a bit of a kick at the front end of it too. But hear that, how that just holds forever? So we want to fix that. We don't want that. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm cutting the sustain. So what it does is attack is this very front of this envelope, of this blue envelope here. Right, so that comes up really quick and then it falls off in volume. This controls the volume, right? Without it, here, without any kind of control on the volume, you just have this like fully raw tone. Right here, I'll cut the sampler out, I'll cut the resonance out. Right, and if I go into pitch, and we just, yeah. Anyway, there's another video on my channel if you want to watch how to make an 808 from just oscillators. But essentially that's what we're doing, right? So if I want to shape that so it sounds more like our funk bass there, which is way down here somewhere. Okay, we have achieved a lot of, yeah, right? Right, so I want that, but I want it out of my sub. So that's what we're going to try and get, right? And we're just going to reshape the way that hits when I hit the keyboard. Bow, 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 right? Bow, bow, right? So first thing I'm going to do is that, and then I'm going to, see, it's too long. Wow, wow, wow. Too long. Cut the sustain. Bow. Too long. Bow. Too short. There we go. Now we bring our attack back in a little bit. Right. Right. So now let's try that. Let's try and see how that reinforces our funk bass now. I'm going to cut that guitar stab out, and we'll just... Right? And it doesn't seem noticeable, right? Like, you don't notice it really. But... Right? There's just that bit of reinforcement really, really deep at the low end. And that's what you're looking for. Like, you're not, I don't want to change that bass. I just want to reinforce it and make it like, you know what I mean? Like, Here, let's throw this back in. Right? That goes. Let's find out what a wave folder will do on this. And we'll drive some distortion through it. So, like, we're not, yeah. See what I mean? And we'll just push that back in there. Right, that's the sample we're using. Let's push the sub a little bit. Synth. It's running. We want it on a saw. There we go. Or a sine, not a saw. I'm a dummy. I'm gonna kill that drive. Let's put something else on there. Let's put a compressor. Hmm. Now it's clicky and I don't like it. Oh, it was the sample. Okay, there we go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be clicky, but I want it to push it a little bit. Maybe we just layer an 808 under it when we're done. Anyway, I totally got sidetracked. We're supposed to be labeling stuff. I like that sample. Yeah. So we'll distorted snare. Distorted snare. Named. Okay, now I gotta rename it because it's distorted snare 1 now. Because this one is distorted snare 2. And then this one. Ooh, that's a tom of some sort. That's another tom of some sort. which is kind of wild. Know what I mean? What is happening? What the hell? Okay, there we go. That's where I want to be. What is happening? Y'all out here whiling. Whoa. Okay, cool. Okay. Sampling all the chops, chopping all the samples. Wow. It's telling my bit rate is too high, and whatever, man. You guys suck anyway. Oh, what did I? At least I was close. Okay. This is Tom. This is a Tom. This is another Tom. I know I just named a bunch of Toms, so I want to make sure I don't double name, you know. Yeah, I have Deep Tom, Sharp. Sharp snare 1. Okay, this is where this is gonna get messy. Samples, there we go. Holy cow. Bro, you gotta rename these for me. Oh, sometimes things don't like y'all out here whiling, yo. I'm just looking for Toms here. Okay, I think that's just a no. Stop it. Yeah, distorted Tom. Another distorted Tom. Who is this Tom? And why is he distorted? Yeah, we just whiling out here, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so that's distorted Tom 1. And then that's distorted Tom 2. Honestly, what I'll probably do is between streams, I'll probably render all this stuff out. And then we can just start stacking it. I may do a test stream at some point tomorrow in the daytime just to figure out how to get that to render properly, because I really want you to be able to see what I'm doing. There may be a standalone that'll let me do it. Distorted Tom 3. If not, I will send an angry letter to Steinberg, which is a giant corporation, so like they won't care. I'm gonna call that distorted Tom high. I'm gonna call that a Tom loop, because it will in fact loop nicely. Snare Tom. I don't think I have another snare Tom. I don't know, man. We have a lot of samples. This is, what did we get to? We're at 57 individual samples. So like, it would take two samplers 2 of my samplers to get this much data all in one place. And like I only have, I think, 3. Technically only 2, but the third one is like more an upload rather than a traditional like audio in sampler. It's distorted tom 3 maybe? No, distorted tom 4. Of course it is. Yep, distorted tom 4. Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing. We're just doing stuff. You know? Okay, where are we at now? Oh no. I don't know what I just did, but I'm gonna undo it. Maybe twice, maybe a couple times. There we go. Oh, I know where we are. Those are basically identical, so I'm just gonna delete one of them.
Take one, take one, take one, take one, take one, take one, take one.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Take one.
Symbol 1. That's kind of yeah. Symbol 2. Kick symbol. Because you can hear it in the background, right? This is
take one.
Take one. Take one. This is symbol loop. Here, I just want to play with this real quick, just because I think it'll sound really cool. It should loop really well to 1 bar, maybe. Let's make sure it keeps its pitch. Oh man, it might be 2 bars. I swear Photog literally used this exact sample. I swear, I swear he used this sample. I could be, I swear. Let's drop the pitch on this. Okay, this is kind of crazy because I swear he used that exact sample.
Take one. 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 Take one.
You do gotta admit, that's kind of crazy how that fits. And then the trick here, watch here, we'll go into the piano roll here on the kicks, right? And we only have those 2 kicks in there right now. But if we stretch this out, we should have a snare somewhere here that we can do the thing with, right? Yeah, that one. That doesn't work at all. The kicks in there. This is all raw samples, so this is kind of craptastic right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Honestly, that loops really well, but we're probably not going to use it. I'd rather use the raw yeah, I'd rather use the what do you call it? I can't even think words right now. I would rather use the individual samples, partly because like I don't believe, like I don't think I can get dinged for that. You know what I mean? Rather than using full loops. Plus, I don't like using full loops. I'd rather chop little samples, or any loops I do end up getting. Like, I don't really buy sample packs, but when I end up with them, I'll like chop a chunk out of it or re-chop the loop. I'll never use a loop raw as it is. It just seems disingenuous to say you made music and then use a bunch of loops, right? Like, you didn't make any of it, you just put it together. Like, if you buy a house that's like all comes essentially in boxes, like, you know what I mean, and just gets a modular or whatever they call it, and it just gets put together. Did you really build that house, or was it built and then assembled, right? I feel like it's the same way with like loop things like splice and stuff like that. Like sorry, I forgot what that was. That was like Tom Kick something. I feel like Splice and those services, like I don't have any problem with them if that's what you want to use. It's a great source for sounds, but like don't just use raw loops. Right? Like if you're going to use just raw loops from there, you're building Legos, you're not a carpenter. You know what I mean? Like you went to IKEA, you're not a carpenter. If that makes any sense. I don't want to be a dick about it, but like you went to IKEA, you're not a carpenter. Don't pretend you are. If that makes any sense. I don't mean to be a dick. Yeah. That's kind of my take on it. I go to IKEA. That doesn't make me a carpenter, right? Like I can assemble my desk, but that doesn't make me that doesn't give me the qualification to build a house. I feel like it's the same. Splice and things like that are a good place to start, but like take that as a base, take the idea from it, take the sound from it, but like don't use the loop raw. Like first of all, someone else is going to too, and one of you is going to get it big and you're going to get sued. It's happened before. Look it up. It's like a tom snare. I may have another tom snare already, but I'll look at. I don't know, man. Okay, we got a lot of samples. We've now renamed. And I gotta rename that twice. I'm just gonna call this a rim tom, a tom rim. Okay. We now have 57 samples. They are all named. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's just go into audio. And then that. And okay, we'll render all this out tonight. I think I should be able to get this all sorted out tonight. I don't know, man. We'll render it all into one folder and it'll be fine. I just want to make sure that I have my stuff all set up properly so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, like that, like that, like that. Okay. So, in theory, because I'm putting these all on their own tracks, I can render this as stems, and I should get all of these samples completely raw. And then from there, I can just throw them all together in. Let's turn that off. Set it to auto. I'm dumb. Yes, I have a macro pad, well, a couple macro pads too, that are like hiding over in the corner here. One of them is mostly for this, and one of them is for video. Okay, I have 62 channels. That is an absolute ton of insanity. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a mess. That all hits at once. There we go. Okay. We're going to export as... I always like FLAC. There's some argument in the community, but eat it. Everybody eat it. Twice. I don't care. I like FLAC. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a nerd, but I like FLAC. Everyone swears by Wave, but I quite like FLAC, so suck it. Folder. Why are there in my sample folder? Yes. I didn't realize I had that. Okay. We're going to name that chops. We're going to save. And then in here, full song, split mixer tracks is going to be what we do. So that will give us each track individually, which means we're going to end up with like 57 files probably. Go. Just rendering it now. Yep, there it is. And I now have a folder with there we go, and they're all labeled. Perfect. So we are looking good. Yeah. There we go. Now I can go through and basically delete all of those. Welcome to the world, man. I'll do that off stream because that's going to be boring AF. But we do have them all rendered out now. Here, I'll show you in the browser. I go here, I could go here. Yeah, I'm yawning. It's like 1 in the morning here, so whatever. Eat it. Suck it. Suck it. You all suck it. Anyway. Samples. Down here, all the way down here, all the way down here. And boom, there we go. 60 samples. So, and there we go. We got them. They're all, I don't know why that's sounds like that. I don't like it. Part of the problem. Right, so right, and there we go, resampled. It'll take a little bit of tweaking on them. I don't know why it rendered some of them badly, but I'm gonna make it not do that, and I'll do that off stream too. So let's just make sure this is all saved right up, like so. Perfect. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna call it an evening. I'm CP Pants. I still have to re-edit that video because I don't want to get dinged by YouTube, and I'm on the road to monetization. I'm trying to make this into a job, and YouTube is not making it easy. Like, really, yo. I got to get there before New Year's. I got to get to my 4,000 hours. I got to get to the partner status before New Year's. And then I got to get my numbers up before that, because they're going to double the numbers at the end of February. So like right now, to get to the point where like the premium and commercials and stuff make you money, it's at 4,000 hours in the last year. And like now they want it to be like 8,000. And the only people that's benefiting is AI. Like, simple as that. The only people that's benefiting is AI. If I have an AI computer sitting at my house, and all I have to do is feed it some basic prompts to get it to create these videos for me, right? Like a local LLM that can do these things, it may cost you some money up front, but if you're running 12 channels and they're all monetized, getting thousands of views every day, like, it's worth it. And they're like, oh, you gotta double your hours. Cool, they're already getting those hours, right? Like these channels, these AI slop channels especially, can get 10 or 12,000 views in the first couple days because they have a bunch of like boomers that sit there and watch them, right? Like, my mother watches them. She doesn't watch the weird ones. She watches like these horrible like office women empowerment stories that are like so obviously garbage. Or like, I don't know what it is, but there's like these series of like, they're like a nurse who has a secret history as a, you know, combat doctor in Afghanistan, and like she's at a hospital in rural nowhere, fuck Montana, and out of nowhere this helicopter shows up and runs and they're like, we need this person, and like all of a sudden the hospital knows who she is. So finds out that she's like this war hero, and it's all like ridiculous. It's just so obviously mindless drivel. I mean, it's and like it doesn't take anything for these idiots to write this stuff or put this stuff together. It's like 30 seconds of prompting and they're just like, cool. And then they wait an hour and they have 3 videos based on it and they post them on their 3 channels and they immediately make a bunch of money. Like, it costs them their power bill, whatever. And they're losers. If you make AI slop, you're a loser. Just saying. Loser. Loser. You're a loser. Yeah. Loser. Anyway. That is in fact my evening. I am gonna call it. Because like I said, I have to edit that video because YouTube makes my life hard. And I have to probably edit this video so I can post it too. Hopefully I won't get, you know, copyright dinged on it and have to do a bunch of garbage to it. The other one I already spent like 4 hours editing for a 2-hour video, which isn't bad, but it's because it's like a VOD, right? So I don't really want to cut it too much. I want it to like actually be a representation of what I'm doing. But man, I got my sleepy pants on now, so I'm gonna call it a night. So thanks for watching, thanks for coming, you are appreciated. Have fun.